Sometimes I still get super self-conscious about the fact that I talk about my dating life online on TikTok. Because I'm a lover girl and I'm looking for my person and nobody likes to get hurt. 2 months ago, I gave a hot barista my number. Okay, let's do a little FaceTime dating life update, including an update on Barista Man. Barista Man update. And not the one that we wanted. Every day of posting on the internet, I get more and more inundated with red pill bullshit that I didn't even know existed or was this bad. Somebody just left a comment on my recent post where I was talking about I'm a catch and I'm great and just hyping myself up. And they were like, well, Rich Cooper's #1 red flag is tattoos.
My #1 red flag, ma'am, is that you are hyping yourself up, saying that you're great, you're beautiful, you're whatever. That's a very big red flag. That shows me that you're a narcissist.
So I look up Rich Cooper. That man hates women.
So guys, just because you say anything about women, you hate women. But they can have a list of what they're looking for in a man. Let me just show you this picture, guys. So we have here, guys, a photo from a TikTok. My friends and I making a list of what makes men feminine. And she has a list. You can read it. You can pause the video and read everything. It doesn't matter. Just look at how the woman looks. You can see it here in the photo, in the reflection of the screen. But if we say, oh, we don't like tattoos on women, we hate women, guys.
Dating is really hard. It's really hard to get your hopes up about somebody and then have it not work out. But I feel like I don't find a lot of people that I'm interested in or that I'm attracted to or that there's that connection in a multitude of ways. And so when you finally do find somebody like that and it doesn't work, I don't want to say I'm gutted. That's too strong. I'm actually okay. Despite this, I'm actually okay.
Of course, ma'am, you're crying, but you say that you're okay. Just think about this, ma'am. Maybe if you get disappointed time and time again, maybe you're not choosing the right guy, or maybe those guys see the red flags in you and then they leave or they ghost you. That's why you're still single. But if Rich Cooper or somebody like me says, oh, maybe you have red flags, oh, I must hate women, of course.
But it is disappointing because you get excited. Then you have to rally and you have to put yourself back out there.
It's always us, huh? We're the worst, the absolute worst. You should tell your friends. They should stay away, far away.
Just from the kind of sunglasses she wears, I can see that she's a really big red flag.
Out of the comments.
The type of men you want to avoid are men who are born on their birthday.
You know when guys are always like, oh, girls don't like nice guys. And nice guys never win. Well, I know how the nice guys feel now.
No, you don't.
Y'all, I am 30 years old. Tell me why the only men that like me are either 50 or 22. You're telling me my only options are either to rob the grave or rob the cradle? Bro, this is diabolical.
So Oliver Anthony has no money, right? He's poor. He's selling farm equipment. He puts this song on YouTube. He's a fucking superstar, right? He doesn't know what to do. He freaks out. He asked me for advice. I call him on the phone. We have a conversation for like a fucking hour where I go, don't sign anything with anybody. And he's like, they're telling me I have to strike while the iron's hot. I go, bullshit. They're trying to steal money from you. I go, you're independent. You're already there. You already made it. I know if you wrote that song, I'm like, if you wrote that song, you could write a dozen of those fucking songs. You don't need anybody. He's like, they're offering me $7 million. I go, no. They're offering to steal money from you for the rest of your life. That's what they're doing. I go, you don't need them. You have talent. So cut to, he starts making millions of dollars, doing arenas. The wife divorces him. She wants everything. She wants everything. Whoa. She wants more than half. She wants all the money that he's going to be making in the future because she was with him when he was broke. So it's fucking crazy. He's just...
And why do you think she was with him when he was broke? Because that's the best she could have done. That's why, but she didn't truly love him.
Tortured.
What a fucking idiot.
Wants to die. Wants to die. And he writes this song.
Wow.
Wait, the song that you're about to play?
Yes, he writes this song. You got it, Jamie?
I can't put the song on, guys, because of copyright.
What a diss track.
Bro, that's the craziest diss track of all time.
It's coming out tomorrow, the next day?
It's coming out tomorrow.
The song is?
Yeah, so the day this comes out, that album
The
comes
math
out.
don't seem right.
It's so funny. Every divorce dude on earth is going to be just fucking.
The judge says
blasted.
50-50, but the math don't seem right to a scorned woman.
Woo-wee! Oh, that's what he's saying. That doesn't seem right for her.
For her.
That she wants more than that.
Yeah.
She's lucky you got out with the song.
Yeah.
Of course, she wants more because she actually thinks she's the cause that made him write all these songs. So basically, she's the talent, not him. Of course.
So I picked up at the club the other night, and then the guy was like, "Do you have a boyfriend?" And I said, "Yes." And then he was like, "Oh no, I'm not like doing this." And I was like, "Okay, hold on." FaceTimed my boyfriend and said, "Do you care if this guy takes me home?" And he was like, "No, go for it, buddy." And then this guy just completely freaked out and was like, "That's so messed up. I'm not doing it." Whatever.
Dating is hard as a single woman. It is awful. It's honestly worse than I could have ever imagined.
Yeah. What?
It was easier being single at 19 than it is as a 25-year-old.
That's fucking crazy.
Wait, why though?
I feel like guys used to have so much confidence and they'd approach you. Like, I don't know, when you're younger, it's just so much easier. I
They
feel
haven't
like
been rejected as much.
Yeah. And now I'll go out and I'm like, woo, I'm going to get some attention tonight. And no one speaks to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I the most hideous human in the world?
No. Me and Cass always speak about this though. Like,
the bar is in hell.
We've spoken about this a lot of times, and it seems like it's an issue that's getting more and more traction. Like, it's not actually getting solved.
There's a myth that we're telling women, which is that they can have children later if they freeze their eggs. It's a crazy myth, and some of them can and some of them can't. My son's girlfriend is working in a law firm, and the law firm has said basically they will pay for the freezing of eggs to women, and it's a manipulative way of getting them to work many, many more years.
True, and I've heard big companies in the USA do this all the time.
Intensely, and they said, don't worry, you can have a baby when you're in your 40s. And what's happening is women are getting to their 40s, and the eggs that they froze don't necessarily turn into embryos, and the embryos don't.
Of course, because they didn't freeze their eggs when they were 19, when they were the most fertile. They froze their eggs in their 30s.
Don't necessarily turn into babies. They're bereft because they were lied to. So we are telling a lot of lies to accommodate to a narrative that is quite an unhealthy narrative.
She left her husband to be with as many men as possible after she got diagnosed with terminal cancer. And to say the internet is divided would be an understatement. But I want to know what you think. Molly was 42 when she got breast cancer. She beat it and was given hormone therapy. In most people, that causes a massive decrease in bedroom drive, but Molly saw a massive increase. A couple years later, her cancer came back, and it was terminal. She would have a couple years to live at best. During that time, she said she fell out of sync in the bedroom with her husband. But acts in the bedroom were the only thing that made her dying self feel alive. So she divorced her husband of 15 years and slept with nearly 200 men before passing away. During that time, she wrote about it on her blog and talked about it on her podcast. And it was such an unusual story, it's now become a TV series.
Ladies, just because a man pursues you, meaning offers to take you on dates, does not make you entitled to his resources.
True.
It's interesting to me how women always want a man to, protect, provide, and all this good stuff from jump. But yet, I always hear women say, I'm not about to do wife duties for a man I'm not married to. So then why is a man providing the things that a husband would provide to his wife?
Because he's a simp, that's why. Stop being simps.
What is difficult about being a man in today's world?
What isn't difficult? Modern men are being made to pay for the sins of a patriarchy that they are no longer the part of. Perfect example of this. There was an article that came out from Robin Dunbar. Studies show that men need 2 guys' nights per week in order to maintain good mental health. The comments were so disgusting from bitter, shallow thinking, mostly women saying, tell me you're a man-child without telling me you're a man-child. This is why women don't want to have your babies. Poor whining patriarchy saying that they can't go out for beers with the boys. The number of men in 1990 that said they had a close friend to call on was didn't have a close friend to call on in an emergency was 3%. In 2020, it was 15%.
Wow.
So it's 5x'd in that time. The most common answer to the question, how many close friends do you have, is 0. It's not the average, but it's the most common. More people have no friends to call than any other number. The single biggest risk to a man under the age of 30 is his own hands. Male loneliness is a big problem. And when a study comes out that says this is a way that we can fix male loneliness, it gets disparaged as part of a luxurious chattering class.
Yes, it's toxic masculinity
that all men have. If women have a problem, we say, what can we do to fix the world? If men have a problem, we say, what is it that men aren't doing where they don't fix themselves?
Gone are the days of complementarity in which men and women functionally moved in separate orbits. The modern woman is in her masculine, and she has chosen, or has been forced, or has been incentivized, depending on your perspective, to enter into historically male social domains and carve out a space there. They want money and power and status and recognition. And to get those things, they have to beat out the men who also want those things.
True.
The issue is that, just like on Survivor, the alpha males are extremely difficult to beat in direct competition. Like even the other men couldn't beat them. So these men have to be removed from the game if women have a chance of occupying the highest positions of power and authority.
And those kinds of men that are hyper competitive, that are stoic, that don't show emotions, they are called toxic, of course. And the women, even if they try to compete with those kinds of men, they have to become very, very, very masculine in order to have any chance. That's why so many women today are very masculine, or they have masculine traits that we don't like, of course.
And the play for the last several decades has been to make all the traits and attributes associated with these alpha men morally reprehensible. This has been done by controlling the narrative of what makes for a real man or a good man,
of course,
and increasingly through moralization masked as medicalized language. Only the most strong-willed and disagreeable of men are able to resist this, especially if it is fed to them from the time they are young boys, as yet incapable of critical thought.
I have been single now for about a year, and well, over a year now, and I always thought like, oh my god, I need a man, I need to feel loved, I need to this and that, and this has all changed as of recent. I no longer reason with the fact that I need a man, because I do not need a man.
Okay, ma'am, if you don't need a man, why do you use so much makeup on camera? Why did you do your hair? And why do you use filters? Because it shouldn't matter how you look, because you don't need a man. So why did you get dolled up for a video? See, they have no logic. They actually think they don't need a man just because you got used to being single. It doesn't mean that you don't need a man. It just means that the man that you want, you can't find him, ma'am. That's it.
How long was your last relationship?
3 months, bro. My last relationship ended terribly. And this is the whole point of this interview. I would like the world to know and understand that I was in a relationship. I love this girl. I was so into her, man. I would have done anything for this girl, and she knows.
That's why she left.
Knows it. The sad thing was, I remember I had a seizure, passed out, like I woke up. I don't know what caused this or what happened. I remember 3 cops are surrounding me and I started going nuts. And I tried to understand exactly what's going on. And I remember my girlfriend was just screaming, I love you, constantly. And then next thing you know, I woke up in the hospital. And I don't know why. They released me to discharge me. I came back home to her place because I was basically living with her. And I find this girl with her ex the same night I had a seizure, the same night I went to her place, and they were fucking. And seeing that made me realize that this is what the world's capable of. That destroyed me, bro. And it's still...
Why? Why were you so naive to think the world is sugar and spice and everything nice? This is what I'm trying to teach you guys. That the world isn't just sunshine and rainbows. That you got to protect yourself. And you have to be logical when going into a relationship. When you want to see the red flags, you have to be logical. If you are emotional like this guy, that he loved her so much after just 3 months and would have done everything for her. That's why she left, bro. That's why she cheated on you. Because she knew, oh, this guy loves me so much, he will do everything for me. Let me cheat on him.
It'll fuck me up. And, you know, that's life. People are going through worse. Free Palestine. I just think that there are life problems here that are more psychological than it is a physical. And it can become physical if it's really deep to that person and they're hurt.
And how long ago did that occur?
That happened a year and 3 months ago, exactly.
Man up, my guy. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. You can see on his face, by the way that he talks, he's still broken by that relationship, and it was for just 3 months. We're just going to skip this video because too many emotions for me.
I'm shaking. I just got home from a date. We were going to an event and dinner. We did not make it to dinner. He just dropped me off at home. I'm back home. I've been gone for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm back home. And I have a friend coming to pick me up right now. I just asked him to take me home. You know the amount of times I have wanted to do that while on a date and I didn't, and I just sat there and grinned and bared it. A guy does something or says something or is something that I just don't jive with, and I stick around because it's the polite thing to do.
And she wonders why she's still single. We've done many videos on her before. And she was crying. She didn't understand why she was single because she had so much success in her business. This is why, man, because you are too picky and you are 39. Prince Charming isn't coming for you anymore. He isn't.
Finally, just said, look, I have to be really honest. You just did this thing that is really not my vibe, and it's
Okay, what's that thing? We're curious, ma'am. I just want to hear that thing because I can bet it's a very, very shallow thing.
It's turning me off, and I don't think I can make it to dinner with you. To his credit, he took it really, really well, and he said, okay, I actually completely understand. Thank you for telling me, and let's go ahead and get you home. He also asked me out on another date. Like, no.
I love the part where she told us what he did. I guess I don't understand like the posting of this video in order to gain sympathy, yet this man did exactly what she asked and he was very respectful. He got her home safe. Yet she acts like she just had an encounter with a bear. I don't think it's okay to make a video like this. And
why didn't she say what the guy did? Why? Why make a video and say, oh, he was so awful, and then end the video? What did he do? What? Especially if you're giving dating advice to other women. Okay, you had a bad experience. Let us know what it was so other people can stay away from men or women that do the same things. But she doesn't say what, of course, because she doesn't actually care. She just wants to get views and sympathies, as this woman says.
You're going to have thoughts about this.
I know so many great single women. So many great single women. I don't know where all the dudes are. I'm like, guys, come on. Come on, guys.
Don't you understand that they're great women from your perspective, not from other men's perspective? We don't find the same things that you find in men attractive. We don't find those same qualities in women attractive. Just because they wear a ton of makeup and they get dressed well and they have a good job and they have a lot of money and they have their own house, it doesn't mean we want to marry them.
Make the first move. Just come on. But man, they just...
No, the first move is become a great single guy.
Like,
that's a big move, right?
Stop. We're playing. Where are the guys? Stop. Okay. My thoughts on this, you guys don't know where I'm going to go on this.
No.
She's saying there are all these female women that are great, and there's so many guys that are like they're why aren't the guys initiating? Why aren't the guys making any moves? I'll tell you why. Because everything we say to you is screenshotted and sent to all your group of friends. Every time we do something on the internet, there's TikToks about the icks that we do that we didn't do it right. Every time we don't end it correctly, this guy ghosted me. This guy broke up with me. This guy's a jerk. There's all these Facebook groups.
Yeah, they were all narcissists.
Or like a Nashville girl, are we dating the same guy? Like no guy, every guy is terrified of the landscape of all of this. And I should say, caveat, there are bad dudes out there.
Of course.
But it's like when they were like, we got all these commercials on the Super Bowl are offensive. This is not funny. This is offensive. We're getting canceled. And all the brands go, okay. And then they're like, where are the funny commercials? You're like, dude, it's like McDonald's is like, we're going to raise minimum wage $25 an hour. They're like, all right, we'll just have one person there and have a machine. They're like, dude, what? I'm like, this is the cause of all y'all. It's the same with politics is the same. They're like, I feel like every dude, I'm in a relationship, but every dude, I'm sounding like the girl from the last video. I don't have a story. I don't have for you guys. No, I feel like sometimes I've seen like my girlfriend and their friends are like, dude, just outing this guy. I look at it on TikTok on the way over here. Maybe I still have it pulled up on my TikTok about the list. Have you ever seen those like list of icks? Yes. They like added. Yeah. Don't hula hoop. Don't ride a scooter. Don't get hurt. Don't drink from a straw. Don't tie shoelaces. Don't wear swimming goggles. Don't be a bum. Don't call a girl a female. These are all things that
Drinking from a straw, I agree. I'm not a woman. I don't like sucking.
There's a list of thousands of these. And a guy wants to be in a relationship and wants to find love just as much as a woman. And all these women are like, why aren't guys nobody wants to say anything on the dating apps because there's like whole feeds be like, this is the wild things guys are saying to me. And I understand there's bad guys, but you can't have both of these. And I feel like there's a lot of women that are like, where are all the guys at? And then at the same have like, after a date goes bad, get on TikTok and blast the guy. There was a girl that I was interested in. I've talked about on this before. Yeah. I was interested. I thought she was attractive. I asked her. I took her out. I saw her post about her ex, and I deleted her number. I'm good.
Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.